Welcome back, everybody. You got Will and I Man here from the Block Runner, MetaZone, and Rovi, and today XRP has won the SEC ruling.
Wow.
Finally.
Wowzers, dude.
So this happened in 2020. SEC decided to sue XRP for the sale of unregistered securities.
That's right. That's right.
Only 3 years later have we come to a conclusion to a certain degree that the I guess the sale of a specific type of XRP in a specific way was not a security.
Right. And we were evaluating these markets like peak during the bear, like after the whole SBF, FTX debacle. Remember those days?
Yeah.
And we were like trying to evaluate, like, damn, that was pretty bad, wasn't it? Was there anything else that could actually happen in these markets that is worse than that? And we came up with like a big three. And I think like this XRP case going the opposite direction was one of those three.
That's right. It was.
We're like, oh yeah, if the SEC deems Ripple a for sure security, that's going to have systemic implications to every single other cryptocurrency, right?
Yeah.
And so a lot was writing on this case. So the big headlines are out today.
Yeah.
It is with.
Did you know that we're more than just a YouTube channel? We also built MetaZone, the first app store for the metaverse. Buy, sell, and explore a new class of digital assets like our flagship game Rovi.ai. Support us by collecting your digital assets through MetaZone at metazone.io. Like, comment, and subscribe to stay updated. All right, back to the video.
Actually, not a security. At least that's what the headlines are saying. But once you dig a little deeper,
it's a little bit murky,
convoluted, right? The actual, I guess, messaging of what's actually being said here on behalf of the SEC. And this isn't like a finished, closed case in any sense.
Not. Yeah, so programmatic sale of XRP is not a security, but institutional sale was a security.
Right. So in other words, if you've been around these markets long enough, things like launchpads, things like IDOs, ICOs, IEOs, those were largely some of the biggest responsible catalysts for bull market momentum back in the day, right? But so that's SEC's looking at those mechanisms like, this isn't good, right? Yeah. From our definitions of what a securities offering is.
Yeah, and then there's a tweet by Brad Garlinghouse, which is the CEO of I was gonna say Twitter, but XRP. He says XRP as a digital token is not in and of itself a contract, transaction, or scheme that embodies the Howey requirements of an investment contract. This is now a matter of law, not up for trial. So I think Brad and I think another person still have to go to trial for, I think they're individual sales or something like that. But but ultimately, I think this indicates that a cryptocurrency token is not always a security. Yeah. And which is the opposite of what Gary Gensler has been saying, that pretty much every cryptocurrency is a security.
Right.
So, and that's always been our argument, is that, you can sell cryptocurrencies and it could be a security, but it's not always a security just because you spin up a token.
Basically, the vehicle itself, the
technology,
that's not what's in question here.
Yeah, it's not like we've created a technology that just spits out stocks. Right.
It's the way people, I guess, package them and then offer them to the public.
That's right.
That's where you can enter these gray areas, right? So the SEC is just making it a little bit more clear, finally, like that is their position on this market.
At least a judge is making it more clear.
Correct. My bad. Sorry. A judge is making it more clear. That's how they're interpreting this. So the market is picking that up as like this is it. This is the big kahuna, dude.
Yeah. Speaking of, we were just looking at the charts, and you can see if you just kind of scroll down, the bull is back.
That's how I'm interpreting this too. I mean, not just because there's fat green candles all over the place. But just because of the nature of. I mean, this is a big deal, but it feels like if we were like in a more of like a bearish market. Zone of the cycle, I guess. This type of news, I feel like would have just kind of been like brushed to the side. I have a feeling.
I mean, I guess we're at the very bottom of the cycle, so I guess any bullish news is going to have like a tremendous effect.
Well, that's what I mean. I think this is proof that the markets are definitely like overexhausted from anything negative, right? So the market's now looking for positive, momentum, and I think it's starting to build. This is a good sign.
Yeah, look at the 24-hour and 7-day candle here. And it's just straight up line.
Yeah, Ripple's going absolutely bonkers. Yeah, it's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
But of course, this is going to have a trickle effect on the entire ecosystem, right? So it's not just Ripple here that's benefiting. I mean, it's Bitcoin, Ethereum, all the other layer ones. This whole Web3 market, dude. There's a lot to be bullish about, right? But I mean, if you're actually paying attention, as we have been over the last, several months, while everybody was kind of like fading these markets and calling everything a for sure security and scam.
Yeah.
There's been tons to be excited about and to kind of like, understand like, dude, a bull market is coming no matter what.
I feel like this is one of the most active bear markets that we've experienced.
I wonder if that's the case because, I mean, the last bear market we were very like honed in on like the Decentraland thing, but there was a lot going on last time too. The whole NFT like ecosystem was
but I don't feel like it was this much though. But I guess DeFi was happening.
Right.
It just didn't have tokens until tokens happened. Then all of a sudden it went crazy.
Yeah. I mean, there's always activity happening in Web3, right? But yeah, this has been the whole ordinals thing is just, it's an obvious like vector of like, there's some true innovation happening and culture is forming during a bear market. That's the most important thing.
Yeah. We're going to record a podcast here pretty soon and we're going to be talking about so many people talking about ordinals.
Yeah. Pretty much like most of the big guys, right? All the big guys you want to see. I mean, we can talk about it now. It's like
Yatsu.
Yatsu, if you don't know who he is, he's the founder of Animoca Brands, right?
Yeah.
If you're around during the early days of NFTs, I mean, he was basically like, I would consider him like one of the founding fathers of the NFT like whole thing.
Yeah.
Right? He would invest in a lot of the early NFT projects and propel them forward, a lot of the early metaverse projects. And I mean, Animoca Brands played a huge role in that whole thing, right? Even with Yuga Labs and Bored Apes and all that stuff. So he's not a nobody, right? And just today, he's basically announcing to the world his eyes are gazed. His eye of Sauron. It's right there pointed at the ordinals ecosystem, right? Because he sees what we've been seeing all along.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, and the ordinals ecosystem is still very small. There's about 100,000 or so people holding ordinals. I mean, that's nothing in the grand scheme of things.
And that's everything, right? That includes BRC20s.
Yeah, it's everything.
Bitmaps.
All 16 million ordinal inscriptions are held by about 100,000 people.
Yeah, it's like one stadium, dude.
Yeah.
Like, the context,
like a soccer stadium. Yeah.
In the context of like humans on Earth, right? Like, so there's obviously tremendous upside.
Yeah.
And as we know, like these digital assets, these digital products are, they're as mass market, like, reaching as possible, right? Anybody and everybody can eventually have ownership of these things.
That's right.
So, yeah, it's important to kind of gauge where we are in the market right now. So we got positive momentum coming from like, I guess like the regulatory standpoint. Positive momentum coming from just like the native development happening within Web3.
Yep. Positive in the sense that we have big names setting their eyeballs to ordinals.
Yeah, specifically for ordinals, right?
Yeah.
And then what else? I mean, there's some macro factors.
That's true.
That actually like are.
That's true. We only have 3% inflation right now.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah, considering like how crazy it's gotten over the last couple of years. Yeah, that is insane.
Yeah, it was like up at 7 or 9% for a minute there.
Yeah, what do you know, dude? The fucking Federal Reserve, dude.
Yeah, they came in clutch.
They're
like Steph Curry out there, dude.
They know what they're doing, man. They know what they're doing.
Yeah.
They know how to pull these strings, dude.
I guess another kick of the can, and
hey, man,
when the apocalypse happens, it's just going to be that much harder.
Right. So it's important to understand all this, right? So, we're all in these markets and we're all wondering, okay, what's the next stage, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think this is the beginning, right?
Yeah.
We spent almost like 12 to 18 months of like straight down, right? Negative sentiment, FTX, hacks. Yeah. Like it was just negative all around.
Yeah, everybody was calling, understandably, NFTs are 100% a scam because, 90% of those projects are down floor price wise more than 90%.
Yeah.
Same thing with, DeFi, everything, right? But if you're not new to this, you understand like this is how it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
This is typical bear market, activity, right? So I'm confident that we're kind of exiting that. I'm not saying the market's just going to go like fucking kablooey tomorrow.
Yeah.
Right? But I think we're on our way to like a little bit more of like a positive trajectory.
Yeah,
overall.
I totally agree. And this this announcement by I guess this judge is that catalyst, and it's good news. Obviously good news for all of crypto. Definitely good news for XRP, but it's not like 100% clean of everything that occurred with this particular judge and their outcome of this case.
Right, but as we know, these processes take years. So
Yeah.
whatever the next step or the next phase of this specific case is, we probably won't hear about it for a while.
Yeah, and Coinbase is dealing with the SEC right now, and so now they have a little bit more momentum backing whatever it is that they're disputing in terms of the securities and everything that the SEC is accusing them of.
Yeah.
So,
And there's one more, I think, like significant bullish, I guess, catalyst on the horizon is the whole BlackRock thing, right? You were explaining that to me earlier today, how BlackRock has like a 501 record.
Yeah.
As far as getting like their ETF proposals pushed through.
That's right.
And yeah, so everyone's saying by January, right, is whenever they'll know for sure.
Yeah, maybe it could be 501 and 1 or 502 record.
What, you said 501 and 1, like a tie?
No, 500. No, 501 and 1.
501 and 1. Yeah.
And I think it's really like 550 and 1, but whatever.
Right. So basically, and you said that one where they lost was some sort of like technicality, right?
Yes. Yeah, something like that.
So it's almost like a shoo-in. That means like these guys have done enough due diligence and like probably got like enough pre-approval from however this whole like infrastructure works.
Yeah.
These institutions where they know it's like they're going to get their in and then Bitcoin ETFs.
But here's the most interesting thing is that BlackRock is not usually the first one to go in on an ETF before they're not usually not the first ones. And so, but they obviously nobody has gotten an ETF through as far as Bitcoin goes, but BlackRock is still trying, right? And so they're trying to be the first one, really. And so that's an interesting data point as well.
Right. So,
and we're talking about $10 trillion of assets under management here.
Yeah, the biggest institutional firm, right?
Yeah,
so
if you don't know what that means, is basically ETFs allows like your grandparents, your parents to move their 401k money into an exchange traded fund that's connected to Bitcoin.
Yeah.
And if that goes through, that means you can literally swap your ETFs for Bitcoin.
Doesn't Grayscale have that too?
Well, they have that, but it's not an ETF.
I got you. It's a whole different product, right?
Yeah. Once it's an ETF, it's like a 1-for-1 like sort of swap.
See, this is a big deal. Yeah. There's a whole like financial century-long like process has gone into these like wealth management for all of, I guess, like Western society.
Yeah,
right?
they have their own rules. They can invest in certain things, and sometimes you can't, and they can't be risky. And so not until Bitcoin ETFs exist, you can't tap into this multi-trillion-dollar.
I totally
market.
agree. Yeah, we've been hearing for years now, like, the herd is coming, institutions are on their way and stuff. So
this is it.
Feels like we're getting close to that inflection point, and that is going to be the narrative that's going to like.
The timing though is so perfect,
right? It almost feels scripted, dude.
Yeah, it does.
But it's needed. This is how we're going to get Bitcoin into the 6-figure range, and of course, like the whole market into the probably 10 trillion plus range.
Yeah.
Obviously, ordinals have a lot of catching up to do. It's like a very micro cap space at this point in context of like the overall market.
Yeah, that's right.
That is why you want to be like paying attention to that, because that presents like
the most entertainment opportunity.
That's right. Yeah. Thank you for stepping in there and telling exactly what it is.
Yeah.
Tons of entertainment to be had in the ordinals. So
yeah,
that's why we've been focusing on that the last few months, and Bitmat specifically. There's a lot to be, I guess, bullish and really excited about, right? So man, it took a while to get here, dude. Long bear market.
Yeah, it's definitely felt the longest for sure.
Yeah.
All right, that's it for us. Let us know if you have any thoughts or questions on XRP or anything like that. Also, follow us on Twitter at the Blockrunner, MetaZone.io, and at Rovi AI, and we will catch you in the next video.
Peace.